What's good, YouTube? Nappy192 here, back again, once again with my co-host, the one and only Twitterfication himself.
What's going on? I wasn't sure when to come in right there. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the We a Family Bro podcast. I am Twit, the
Yes,
greatest
yes, this
host.
is the
Not
first installment, and our guest for this week is I don't want to say world-renowned, but I'm pretty sure almost everyone that's going to see this already knows
drumroll, please,
who you are.
please.
You guys are embarrassing me. Knock it off. Knock it off.
we have the one and only OGWalrus with us today for our intellectual debate back and forth about
Indeed.
some motherfucking video games.
Motherfucking games.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Twit, Nappy, thanks for having me on. Really appreciate it.
No
What up?
problem, no
What
problem,
up?
no problem. We were originally going to do this episode just solo, Twit and myself, but Mr. Walrus and myself got into a conversation on Twitter this morning about not necessarily just blackouts, but the future of Call of Duty in general. And I was tweeting about what my impression of the next generation of Call of Duty's kill streak should be. In my opinion, I think that they should up kill streaks, just period. Just jack them up high, because I mean, like OG, you were saying earlier on Twitter today that they should keep implementing the whole point streaks system, correct?
That's exactly what I was saying.
And what was your reasoning behind that exactly?
This is gonna be this is not a 30-minute discussion. I think we can all take this like 3, 4, 5, maybe an entire 24 hours long. But I mean, the bottom line is, depending on where you came into the Call of Duty series, whether it was COD 4 like myself, or World at War, or Modern Warfare 2, basically up until Modern Warfare 3, the only time you were rewarded and given a kill streak was if you got a kill. And in my opinion, that's extremely frustrating as a player that primarily focuses on the objective in public lobbies. If I play solo and I get into a game with 5 randoms or 8 randoms in a ground war game, and I'm the only one that's playing the objective, and the only reward that I get is a kill streak if I get a kill, where is the incentive for everybody else in that objective-based gameplay to do what's going to help the team? Shoot air support town, cap a flag, plant a bomb. And that's basically my perspective. Is since point streaks have really been introduced, it has encouraged and incentivized the entire community to play the particular game mode that they get in the right way and be rewarded for it.
Well, you see, I mean, to me, on paper, that's an amazing idea. That's what we all think is going to happen. But to me, I haven't seen that work out enough, come to fruition enough in Modern Warfare 3. You know what I mean? To me, on paper, that works fine. But I mean, 9 times out of 10, the people that play the objective like that should be rewarded for that, are the kamikaze players, the players that don't give 2 fucks about their KD. All they want to do is win the game. When it comes down to getting kill streaks and stuff, people, I'm not saying that I've never seen it before, but how many times have you ever seen someone playing the objective in a Moab gameplay?
And I think that's the Twit. I mean, Twit, I didn't mean to cut you off, but Nappy, just to retort. I mean, that's the minority of players. That is absolutely the minority of players. And Twit, I'll let you interject right now.
Why's it got to be a minority?
Because I mean that's the case. I mean, let's just
No,
I
understand, Josh. I understand where you're coming from. I think the whole like playing the game to get kill streaks, but making it point streak kill streaks like Modern Warfare 3 did. I've always thought that was like a stupid idea. I think the specialist thing that they did was cool, but as far as like the kill streaks, like you don't even have to get kills to get kill streaks, and they still call them kill streaks. Like if they were gonna, well, I guess now they call them point streaks. That's not the point though. Anyway,
no, because you see, the reason that they initiated that is so that weaker players, I don't want to say weaker because that makes it sound like I'm talking down on people, but it's so that the players that aren't as strong,
they're weaker players, period.
It's to me, it's a crutch. It's a crutch.
It's like, no, they're straight weaker players. That's all there is to it. It's like there's the strong players. It's just like football. You have your like your strong defense line or defensive line. Then you have like the second string defensive people that aren't as strong and aren't as agile and big. And they're just weaker players. There's nothing about it. I mean,
forget all that. Because that's going into two different technicalities. When it comes down to me, the whole idea of the support tier, it's not the worst idea in the world. Again, it's one of those things where on paper it's an amazing idea. If the world was perfect and everyone played the game the way it was intended, that's an amazing idea. But at the end of the day, I feel like support streaks and death streaks are hand in hand crutches for weaker players and
So
stuff like
now we're
that.
talking about two different aspects. We're talking about point streaks for people that are playing the objective, people that are playing the game the right way, and we're talking about the support tier. And I agree with you guys 100%. The support tier is a joke. Go look at my gameplays and find a freaking. There's like one gameplay where I use the support tier streak, and it's in a team deathmatch gameplay. As far as the point streaks are concerned, and playing the objective on the assault tier, in my opinion, that is really the right way to go about rewarding players because it incentivizes stuff. And I think we've got a multiple level conversation going here: assault, support, specialist, point streak, score streak, and that's just my opinion.
Okay, okay.
Okay, the
If
way
you
the way I think about it, the way you're talking about the support thing, like I feel like you shouldn't be if they were gonna do it that way, at least they should have had it where for example, you couldn't run assault kill streaks and get or point streaks as they call them. You couldn't run assault point streaks and get to a chopper gunner by capping flags. You know what I'm saying? That's my problem with the point streak thing because I think like if you're gonna get sure you get a UAV because you went and capped 3 flags. Okay, you can have that. That's the support tier or whatever. But it's like they give that to you for everything. I never was like I never agree with that. Like oh I can go get I've got 6 kills and I need one more for a chopper gunner or for a helicopter or whatever. I'm just gonna go cap a flag. That's an easy way out.
Well, I think
I
I
I don't
think
know.
with the no, I mean I agree with you. I mean, there's been multiple times where I've seen a ton of gameplay where there's in Modern Warfare 3, there's somebody that's one away or two away from an attack helicopter or a Reaper or an Osprey gunner, and what do? They sit still, they crouch, they wait for a spy plane to go up, or they wait for that spawn flag to get capped, and they're a team to go in and clear it out, and then they jump on it on the last minute. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
And
and like
obviously, Activision, Infinity Ward, they implemented the support streaks. You guys are right. I mean, we can all agree on that. That whole tier of streaks is for stupid ass sorry players that don't know how to play the game and they just want to feel good when the match ends because they were rewarded with something.
exactly.
Bottom line.
that whole support tier and to me death streaks, people want to talk. I know I'm getting off topic here a little bit, but I know things like that will never be removed from the game. Things to cater weaker players will always be in Call of Duties from here until the end of the series because I mean in one variation or another because even though we are, I don't want to say the educated gamer, but even though the YouTube community in and of itself, I mean when I say educated gamer, I mean it's like for example like noob tubing's for noobs. I know that as well. We take the high road, we do something else. We know what's right and what's wrong
Yeah,
in the game, but we make up probably 10 to 15% of the people that play this game.
yeah, like my
Activision.
brother, he plays with noob tubes, and I want to pull my fucking hair out when I watch him play Call of Duty or when I watch him play anything. I'm like, will you get the fuck up and move around? Because he just sits in a corner, he just sits there with fucking noob tubes or whatever game he's playing. It's just like, go faster, move, quicker reactions and shit, and it drives me crazy. But I mean that,
the point I was making was that we make up such a small percentage of the people that actually play this game
yeah,
that Activision needs to cater to everybody else who's just the casual gamer, the people that can pick up the game and play. If that's why all these different games that come up and want to try and compete with Call of Duty, if your game is too complicated, if it's too technical, if somebody can't just pick up the game and do decent at it, they don't have to beast at it. But I mean think of it. If you pick up a video game and you get your ass wrecked time after time after time, eventually you're going to stop playing that game. You're going to say fuck that, I'm not doing that. So if you can't do somewhat decent at a game, they're not going to want to come back to it. So even if getting a martyrdom kills makes that guy feel good, makes him want to come back to the game, Call of Duty, Activision's accomplished their goal. They have a repeat buyer.
I don't know. I mean, I know that like they have like their separate playlists and stuff that you can play for different ways, but I feel like there should just be like a casual playlist, and then there should be something separate. You know what I mean? Like just for the people like with the death streaks and all that stuff, and then they should be like all like they should. I mean, I'm not gonna say they should totally turn their whole game into like what YouTube says they should turn their game into, but it's like if you think about it, like people talk about this all the time, how or I've seen videos like, oh well, technically, you posting gameplay videos on YouTube is copyright and all this stuff, and it's like that's like a full on free advertisement for their game. Like most of the people, I'm not gonna say that I don't know. I kind of look at it this way as like we make up like the people who actually post the videos on YouTube, post Call of Duty videos or whatever game videos make up a very small percentage of the people that actually play it. But the people that are watching, there's so many people out there that just watch YouTube and they search videos, they search stuff on how to play the game and all that. That is like it's just so much free advertisement for the game developer. It's like why not kind of cater your game to the people that are advertising it free of charge? Like you know they're
Because again, I just said we make up 10 to 15% of the people that
that's
play
but
it.
I'm saying I know we make up 10% of the people as the people posting it. We make up 10% of the people posting it or the people playing the game or
No, when
there's
I
10.
said that, I'm not talking about just commentators. I'm talking about everyone in the YouTube community, period. Whether you're a subscriber, a commentator, a
But see,
content producer,
but that
whatever.
doesn't, but you don't have to be a subscriber to watch a video on YouTube. You don't have to be, I said YouTube. You don't have to be you don't have to have an account to watch a video on YouTube.
Okay,
Because,
fuck the technicalities, fuck the
no,
semantics.
but
Call him
what
a
I'm saying,
viewer.
but what I'm saying, yeah, exactly. The viewers make up a lot bigger than the
No,
10%. The people,
I think then that's the 15%. Dude, Twit, in Black Ops heyday, 1 in every 8 homes in America had a copy of Black Ops. 1 in every 8 homes in America, whether it's PC,
okay,
PS3, Xbox, Wii. How
okay.
many of those 1 in 8 homes do you think have anything to do with YouTube? My brother has no idea that you can even record gameplay and post it on the
Okay, but
internet.
here's the question. How many of those 1 out of 8 people have a computer that have gone on to YouTube to find something, to go on YouTube and look something up? My brother, he has nothing to do with
Okay,
YouTube.
but you can't consider every single person that's ever typed in YouTube.com and then looked up a Call of Duty video. What if someone's looked it up once and that's
Hey,
it?
that's advertisement for the game. That's what I'm saying. It only takes one person. If one person and if only one person, they only look it up one time, and there's 500 people that do that, or there's 500,000 people that do that. That's advertising. That's marketing. That's how that works. That's what I'm saying. Just because they
Okay,
don't have
so if we
anything to
made
do
if
with
we made
YouTube
this
doesn't
if we
mean
made
anything.
this amazing game, this gonna bring everything right back home, back to
All
what
right, let's
what
go.
OG and I were talking about on Twitter this morning, because I know we kind of got off topic for a second. If we make this game based upon how the YouTube viewer, how the YouTube market community, whatever, wants it,
Hmm.
I was saying earlier today on Twitter that when it comes down to kill streaks, that's where this entire conversation spawned from, was me ranting about kill streaks on Twitter. I think that they should up the kill streaks because like we were saying at the beginning of the podcast, that people either play the objective or they play for kill streaks. To me, when you play the objective, you shouldn't get a point streak, because your objective, your reward for playing the objective is winning the
Is winning
game.
the game. Yes.
Exactly. That's why you're playing the objective. You're not playing the objective for a point. You're not playing the objective to get a kill streak. You're playing to win the game. When it comes
Exactly.
to kill streaks, I think that they should bump everything up. Do it in sets of fives. 5 kills, you get a UAV. 10 kills, you get a Predator missile. 15 kills, you get an
Just
attack
go
helicopter.
back to the
So
Call
on
of
and so
Duty
forth.
4
No,
setup.
that's never going to happen. Call of Duty is too complicated. It's too complicated nowadays. Look at Modern Warfare
No,
3's.
well, I
No, no,
know,
no.
but I'm
Look at
saying
Modern
go
Warfare
back.
3's
They
point
That's what they
streak.
should do is go back to that. Is what because you're saying
It's
set it
never
up
going to
and
Well,
happen.
that's really never going to happen.
I
Exactly.
know
I
I
mean,
know it's not going to happen, but
what
I'm
is the most popular game mode in Call of Duty? TDM.
team deathmatch.
TDM free for all. So if you give a player the opportunity to have the same amount of time to play like 3 team death matches, and they're given 3 or 2 or multiple focal points where they can focus their game around and know, okay, here's a spawn point, there's a spawn point, and all I need to do is concentrate on those focal points on the map and be in the right place at the right time. The entire Call of Duty series is based on the addiction to being rewarded for playing the game a certain way and being rewarded with the kill streak and saying, hey, look at this. I got 3 kills. I got 5 kills. COD 4. I got 7 kills. I get an attack helicopter. If you can incentivize a game mode and make it so that, hey, look, you're not just getting kills for shooting somebody. You're getting kills for being a team player, shooting air support down. You're getting rewarded for capping that flag and being the first one on it, being the second one on it, and tiering those points by, hey, you're the first one on that flag, you get another 200 points, and that's going to drive you that much closer to the next streak that you're going to get. Or, hey, you assisted that individual in backing them up, and they died on the flag, and you got on it, and you get plus 500 for finishing that cap. That makes sense to objective players and
That
to
makes
public lobby
sense.
players.
That makes
Yeah,
sense. Like I said, that makes sense on paper. But I mean, like you were just saying just now, if your teammate's trying to cap a flag, he dies, you hop on it and take it. Nobody, there's not going to be a single kill whore out there that's going to do that.
yeah,
They're
exactly.
gonna put their kill streak
Well,
above that flag. I've
the
seen it
my
time and time and time again.
I've even done that myself. I've done that myself.
That's where the whole argument of support slave subs playing in the games with their favorite subscriber. If you get in this
yeah,
game, you gotta run support because they have no intention of playing the objective.
Exactly.
the minority, and again, I mean, that's really the honest term here. I mean, as far as Activision Treyarch goes, YouTube is really the minority, and they're reaching out to the majority of people that are going to play the game on a daily basis and just have fun with it. I mean, as far as competitive stuff goes, I think Black Ops 2 is making some extreme leaps and bounds with COD casting and everything that they're doing as far as competitive play goes. But for the most part, I mean, everybody that's going to buy this game, and that's why I don't think this series is going to go away for a long time, at least until respawn game development makes their initial insertion into the FPS genre.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so easy to pick up, and like you said, Nappy, it's so easy to pick up and play. And like Medal of Honor, Battlefield 3. I mean, there's so many different games that come to mind. Team Fortress. There's so many different games that come to mind as far as just, hey, I can pick this up because I've got 30 minutes and I can go in and I can get a kill, I can get another kill, and I can jump on a flag, or I can plant a bomb, or I can pick up a tag and feel good about myself after 30 minutes of playing the game. And that's really the bottom line. That's why the series is so freaking successful, because it's so easy to play, and they're starting, in my opinion, and I know you guys disagree with me, but in my opinion, they're starting to get it right. They're starting to get it right as far as incentivizing the game mode and playing the game mode the right way.
I think it is, and I'll touch on that in a second. We got to hurry up and wrap up. We got 15 minutes left on this, but I think that's true and false. I think going back to because I never wrapped up my point about increasing the kill streaks to 5, 10, 15, 20. If you increase the kill streaks like that, the kill whores, it's going to do one or two things, or it's going to do both. It's either going to enforce more camping, which you can never. Camping will always be in Call of Duty. It doesn't matter what they do. Doesn't matter what they change to perks. Camping will always be in Call of Duty. Or it's either going to get people to realize that, hey, we should probably just give up on these kill streaks because we're never going to get 30 kills in a row to get this or whatever. Because, again, in this whole mindset of kill streaks, it's got to be gun, knife, or grenade. I think kill streak stacking ruins kill streaks, period. Now, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how convenient it is. That ruins kill streaks.
This I will say. I have a different opinion on that. I think that the kill streak stacking was a good thing. However, just listen to me here. I think it was a cool because I started on Modern Warfare 2. Kill streak stacked like a motherfucker on Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, I agree. I started on Modern Warfare 2 too.
And I thought that was the greatest thing. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And this goes back to the appealing to the majority, okay? It's like, yeah, your kill streak stack. It's like, okay, I can get a Predator missile. Predator missile is going to get me that Harrier. I'm going to get a bunch of kills after stacking my kill streaks. That's what I'm going to do. That appeals to the majority of players. However, I agree that it was a little overpowered. Like they should have some type of limit onto like maybe how many kills you can get.
No.
Listen,
hold on.
Listen to me. Okay, they were talking. You're talking about spacing the kill streaks out. If you're gonna space the kill streaks out like that, and I think that's a good idea, setting it to like the 5, the 10, or 5. What is you 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever you said. I think that's a good idea. The only thing is it. Now it's going to be like, okay, well, now do your kill streak stack to get you those next 5 kills, or do you still have to get guns? See, I think it would deter people from the series because
no, stop.
Okay, look, listen, Lynn, you're talking about how easy it was for people to pick up and play the game right now, correct? Yes, you're talking about how easy it is to pick up and play the game. Well, it would be, why would people want to play the game if it's so hard to get kill streaks? I understand the whole support thing, but it's like, even like OGWalrus was saying, the biggest game type in Call of Duty is team deathmatch. There's no objective other than to kill people. If you can't get a kill streak in team deathmatch because they're so spaced out, or if you can get 5 kill streaks, you can get on a 5 kill streak, but your kill streak that you got doesn't get you to another kill streak, what's the incentive to play that game?
Okay, like I said, doing this is going to promote 2 things. It's either A, going to get you more campers, or it's going to B, get you more objective players, because they're going to say, you know what, fuck it, we can't do this. And what's the number one thing that everybody complains about? There's not enough gun on gun in Call of Duty. Gun on gun, you're done. If you don't have your chopper gun or you don't have your AC-130, you're not getting the gameplay.
You're talking about you're talking about getting the gameplay. You're talking about the 10% of people that play the game. YouTube
no, we're talking about that because that's where we're at. I understand that these majority of people that do play the game aren't involved in YouTube. But did we or did we not just say that we're going to take this back to YouTube and make a game based off what YouTube wants? That's why I said that's where our entire conversation on Twitter came from with the 5, 10, 15 kill streaks.
All right. But how about this? I was thinking about this. Is another point. The whole YouTube thing. If they made a game based solely off of the feedback from YouTube, why would it matter what the majority of the people think?
You're the one bringing up the majority of the people.
No.
I just said let's do 5, 10, 15 because that would create gun on gun, and that's what YouTube wants.
Yes, okay, that's what YouTube wants, and I'm talking about how we were talking about how they don't make games like that. Okay, I'm on your side. I'm on your side now. Listen, I'm on your side now. I'm on your side now. If we make a game, if they make a Call of Duty game completely based off of what YouTube wants, it wouldn't matter. There's a train coming right now. It wouldn't matter what anybody else thought. Correct? It doesn't matter because the game is based completely off of what YouTubers want. So it's based for you to get gameplay for it to be easy to play. So that means that somebody else that comes and play the game is gonna be even easier for them to pick up the game and just play it. Am I correct? Because that's what YouTubers want.
No. YouTubers don't want an easy game. They want a game that's challenging and rewards the better players and is not easy for the weaker players. That's what they want. Hence the whole gun on gun argument.
I don't know. I'm just saying. That's. I was thinking.
Anyways,
okay.
I'd say just scrap all that because we're running in circles here. Going back to the whole point that OG was making about COD still being in development. In my opinion, I do not think Call of Duty has reached its prime yet. Because if you go back, and I hate to compare it to school, I know it's back to school for everybody, and that when they listen to a fucking Call of Duty podcast,
you're like, "Fuck you guys, we can't play it right now."
When it comes to Call of Duty, look at it this way. COD 1, 2, and 3 really had no effect on the series. It was there. Everyone knows about it. It's all right. COD 4 is really when Call of Duty took off, right? Yeah. We have the two companies both in school.
Like Medal of Honor, like it was just there.
Okay, so we have the two companies. They're both in school, right? You have COD 4, World at War. That's freshman year. Then you have Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops. That's sophomore year.
Okay.
You have Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2. That's junior. Junior year. I almost got junior and sophomore mixed up. That's junior year. So in my opinion, I think whatever Modern Warfare 4 or Black Ops 3 is going to be, I think that's going to be the game that really truly defines the Call of Duty series. I mean, Call of Duty is going to be here for the next 5, 6, 7 years easily. It's going to be in the FPS genre scene, but I think the next installment of games is really what's going to define the series. And I mean, everyone knows, they say year after year that they make these games in 1 year. They say that they should take more time and make the video games. Well, you got to think that the moment Black Ops 2 gets released, they're already going to start working on Black Ops 3. And they're going to take all the things that they couldn't put into Black Ops 2 and put them in Black Ops 3. You know, they're going to take what they learned from the previous game, and they're going to take what they're learning as the game progresses over the next year and put that towards Black Ops 3 as well. So
Black Ops 2 has been out for a while, and there's a number of individuals that I've spoken with that have been playing it for the last 8 months. That game has been out, and people have been playing it, and they're already on to the next thing. And it's basically it's a monetary operation. I mean, it's a year-by-year operation because they know, regardless of the fact that it has its flaws, especially when it comes to Infinity Ward, because in my opinion, that entire development company has dropped the ball so many times, and it's a joke. They're basically playing off the fact that they've got a popular series. They know people are going to buy it. They know they don't have to put too much effort and time and people and resources into supporting it, that all they need to do is release the game and people are going to buy it. And Treyarch, on the other hand, I think they do a much better job as far as developing the game, patching the game, making sure the community is supported and things are being answered. But it's really going to be a big Twit, I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good.
It's really going to be an interesting dynamic when the guys that developed Call of Duty 4, the main guys from Infinity Ward that developed the most popular game on YouTube and pretty much across the series when it comes down to just immediate decision, what's the best Call of Duty to date? COD 4 is going to be the resounding response that you get. Those guys, they went and they started their own thing. When they decide to release a game after, 3 or 4 years of development, that's when we're really going to see a change in some competition. But until that happens, I mean, yeah, Nappy, you're right. We're still seeing this thing develop. We're still seeing what's going to happen, and it's not going away anytime soon.
I think you're right, and I think there's a potential to be wrong with that as well, with the whole Respawn Entertainment game. Because I say this, I've said it for years and years and years. Well, I don't say years and years and years. I've been saying it for the past. I've been saying it for the past
since
year
back
or
on
two.
the day, since back in my
Since
day.
'98. I've been saying it for the past year or two that Battlefield series as a whole will never knock Call of Duty off.
Oh, here we go.
No, stop. And I'm not trying to turn this into a Battlefield versus Call of Duty. I'm gonna name more games just that. Battlefield, I think, is the #1 contender. Homefront will never do it. There's too many inconsistencies with the game. And NASA, I don't care if you see this or not, Homefront will never knock Call of Duty off. And Medal of Honor is not gonna do it either. I think Homefront and Battlefield will definitely come close. And I've said this in videos before. I think Battlefield and Call of Duty are gonna be like two boxers toe to toe in the ring, and they're just gonna tire each other out. And that's when that third party game, whether it's Homefront or Respawn Entertainment, is going to come through and knock both of them out of the way and be the new #1 FPS. But at the same time, we have the potential to ruin Respawn because we do it every single year with Call of Duty. We get hyped up over the game and our expectations get set so fucking high that if they deliver anything short of COD 4, it's going to be a horrible game.
But see, I don't understand.
That's a bold statement. That's a really bold statement.
But I mean,
with
true or false? Well, with Homefront, I mean, true or false? Every year, do we or do we not hype ourselves up? I mean, look at all the stuff that's Black Ops 2 on YouTube already.
Oh yeah,
everyone's hyped
definitely.
for Black Ops 2 already. The game's still 4 months away.
and that was my whole that was the whole reason for talking about the hype. Like Black Ops, I was not excited for that game in the slightest. In the whole time they were announcing it, I was like, this game is gonna fucking suck. I don't like Treyarch games. I never have liked Treyarch games. It's just I'm not gonna like this game. And then
there wasn't a lot of Treyarch games to like though.
Okay, what I'm saying is I didn't like World at War. That is my
I hated
most.
That game.
I hate that game.
But again, that goes back to the whole thing of Call of Duty developing upon itself. World at War was the freshman version.
In my opinion, was the best COD since Call of Duty 4. It was the most. It was the most. Hey, it was the most. It was the most supported. It was for very good reasons. It was the most supported. It was the most innovative as far as the kill streaks go, as far as different dynamics to the characters and customizations. I mean, it was really the most innovative game up until Modern Warfare 3 with, and you're going to hate me for this, but the point streaks. I mean, really, that's where they got it right.
The point streaks will always be remembered, and I'm sure there will always a variation that will always be carried on. But for me, Black Ops was ruined for the sole fact of that's where lag compensation was strongly introduced into the Call of Duty series. And like I said, every year it's a new freshman version. I mean, not freshman version.
Crap.
It's a new version, and Modern Warfare 3 learns off of what Black Ops did the previous year. And they saw lag compensation was there, so they figured, fuck it, let's try our hand at it, and it was even worse. Yeah. So I think that's going to be the main deciding factor of Black Ops 2. Fuck the kill streaks, fuck the maps, fuck the perks. If any sort of lag compensation is involved in Black Ops 2, the game will be hated on.
Wrap it up.
The game's going to be hated on. Oh, huh?
Wait, wrap it up.
I was saying, you were talking about the most innovative Call of Duty. It was Black Ops. Now, why does everybody say, or most people say the most innovative Call of Duty was Call of Duty 4? Because it was so different from all the other Call of Duties, correct? Why?
But no. You got to base this. No, you can't just say because COD 4 was so different from COD 3. Take COD 4 compared to Modern Warfare 3.
I know, but what I'm getting at is everybody, like we were talking about how everybody quote unquote agrees that Call of Duty 4 was the best Call of Duty game hands down, which I don't agree with that. I hated that game. Well, not hated it, but it was just not.
Where did you start playing the series?
My first game that I owned, my first Call of Duty game I owned was Modern Warfare 2. I played COD 4 with my friends, but the first game I owned was Modern Warfare 2.
Right there.
But see, the thing is that they say that Call of Duty 4 was the most innovative, but then you said that hands down Call of Duty 4 was the best game, but then you said Black Ops was the most innovative.
Let me ask you a question, Twit. What is the most memorable experience you have playing Call of Duty? What's like your all-time high out of every series that you've played? What game do you remember the most and feel so passionate about the most?
Modern Warfare 2.
Okay, so this is a point that I think is we can wrap it up on this right here, fellas, and we can all make our own videos. I already got something planned for this whole thing, but the bottom line is where you had your first honeymoon experience with the Call of Duty series is where it ends, because everything after that you're just going to get an unrealistic expectation, and that's the bottom line.
Exactly.
Once you've played it out, Twit, once you had your honeymoon, once that 3-month thing ended, and you had to wait for the next one, you got disappointed, and so did I in World at War, and so did I in Modern Warfare 2. And like I said, Black Ops was a different story. It resembled COD 4 the most, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. And I think that's really where the line is drawn, is where did you pick the game up? What was your first romance like with the series? And then from that point on, hey, you're gonna have to move on. I mean, you're gonna either have to find something to supplement that empty void that's in your gamer spirit that is never going to be filled again, because that's really the bottom line.
I can understand that.
Okay, so in conclusion, in wrapping up the show, can we agree or disagree? Because I'd love to go back and touch on your point, OG, of my bold statement of Homefront, but we're running out of time here. In conclusion, because we started this whole conversation about Black Ops 2, do you think Black Ops 2, I'd hate to generalize and say good or bad, but in general terms, do you think Black Ops 2 will be good or bad? Twit.
I don't think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be bad. I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna get into it because we're gonna be sitting here for another 15 minutes. So I think it's gonna be bad. That's my opinion of it.
Can we get any like brief explanation, like 30 seconds?
Yeah, sure. The reason I think it's gonna be bad is because, again, it's gonna be the hype factor and everything, of course, like it always is, and I'm probably gonna get excited for it at the end, like always. But I feel like there's just so much, like bad blood with the whole Call of Duty series, and maybe it's just for me. I think maybe it's just gonna be bad for me. There's just so much bad blood with the whole Call of Duty series, just in general, and it's just like, do I really want to suffer through this again? Even though I'm going to. I'm probably gonna hate it. I'm gonna suffer through it. But it's like, I don't know. There's just, I don't know how to explain how I feel like it's gonna be bad. There's just, like I said, we would be sitting here for another 15 minutes if I tried to explain it.
All right. OG, good or bad?
I think it's going to be great. I think, number one, it's going to be the very first. It's going to be the second Call of Duty that we've had since Black Ops that's actually new, that feels like a brand new game with new innovations and new things being brought to the table. The point streak system, the score streak system, all of that kind of stuff, the multiple team deathmatch, multiple game modes that are going to be brought into it. I think it's going to bring a level of customization that is unparalleled to the series, and I'm extremely excited for it. And I think it's going to be one of the most memorable Call of Duties to date.
Well, there you have it. I think that Black Ops 2, I think it will be a very, to me, the whole lag conversation was going to determine it for me. But from the way things are looking right now, I think it's going to be a good game, based upon, like OG was saying, all the customization features of that the game's planning on offering. If the score streaks turn out to be as much mass as they're looking like, I'm going to be a little bit pissed about that. But as of right now, I think that Black Ops 2 is looking like a decent game. If the lag compensation is as bad as Modern Warfare 3 or anywhere near Black Ops, I think that the game is going to go down the drain, because just like I do, all it takes is one commentary from a big YouTuber to magically come up with a problem with a video game. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'm optimistic for the game, like I am every year, but we won't know until the game's actually out. So
what can you say?
There it is. So we hope you all enjoyed We a Family Bro podcast. Special guest OG
episode
Walrus.
1 in his house.
Episode 1 featuring OGWalrus. If you all want to say your goodbyes for us.
Yeah, I'm going to hop out of here. I'm going to let OGWalrus take us out, as a matter of fact. But hope you guys enjoyed We a Family Bro podcast, episode number 1. It's been Twit, Nappy, and you can take us out.
On Twitter, the King Nappy, OGWalrus, and at Yowish, damn it. We love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for having me on. We'll talk to you later.
All right, y'all.
Go check out Mr. OGWalrus' channel as well. Don't forget that. Link's down in the description.
There it is.
We out!
This mother. See you, damn it. Yo!
360 out there, motherfucker! Oh, shit!